Welcome back to the O Show. I'm Wendy O. I know that we're streaming a little bit early today. I'm just not feeling good. I'm just been under the weather. I think it might be exhaustion. I don't know. Like I told you guys, like this year for Lona has been extremely different. And I don't know. I've just been exhausted lately. Absolutely exhausted. The good news is I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so hopefully they can help me and figure out what's going on. I know that I've been having trouble keeping down vitamins. My body is like not liking those, not digesting them. But yeah, we're here. We're streaming a little bit early today, and I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who watches the channel. We've been able to do so much good with this channel. We've been able to raise so much money for two of my favorite nonprofits. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love my TikTokers. I love my YouTubies. You guys are absolutely great. And TikTok is asking, they says, is it a good time to buy Chainlink or can we wait for another dump? So let's talk a little bit about scaling into things, when we should buy, when we shouldn't buy, etc. So I can't tell you when to buy. And the reason why I can't tell you when to buy is because I'm not a financial advisor. If you do want a financial advisor's contact, I do know one. His name is Brian Dame. I think his link is in the description. It's for sure on the website. And he is licensed and certified, and he can actually put together like mostly Bitcoin portfolios for people and kind of talk to you guys about altcoins. He can give you, they do custom reports, all kinds of stuff from my knowledge. And I've used them before, absolutely great, but they can really kind of help you, like guide you on how to create a portfolio. Me personally, and again, this is entertainment purposes only, my portfolio is primary Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you know, I do have some stables or whatever, and I do have positions of other altcoins. We talk about those types of positions and whatnot. So if you are interested in like, you're looking at price action, you're like, should we just buy Chainlink or whatever project it is? Well, there's a couple things you need to pay attention to. One of the things you could do is a lot of people do like to set limit order, or excuse me, they like to dollar cost average. So basically you determine how much disposable income you're willing to, you know, put into this every week, every month, whatever it is, kind of like a 401k. And then you can just set dollar cost average orders like on whatever exchange you've decided to do your due diligence. You can do that if you want to. Other people like to just set limit orders. I'm a limit order person, but I do plan to start doing dollar cost averaging with Solana on maybe a weekly basis, just because I do think that they will continue to perform well over time. Okay, I do think that we will see $1,000 Solana this cycle. But again, they were really the first other crypto outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum that got a spot ETF but application in. So I think that's super cool. I think it's freaking awesome. So I'm going to be taking a chance with that, I think, but we'll see, you know, it really kind of depends. Or if you're somebody who just is like, I got the FOMO, you just could market buy. It really kind of depends what you want to do. But my favorite strategy is to take 10% or 5% of my bag or my stack for that particular asset. And then I'll go ahead and just market buy to quench the FOMO. And then I'll set limit orders all the way down or use the rest of dollar cost average. So that is what you would want to consider. If you want more information on how to do that, you can go to Investopedia. Great free tool. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the market or into the stream because we got all kinds of stuff happening. And I know we're streaming a little bit early here, so engagement is going to be down, but that's okay. We are here. I need some rest. I definitely am going to need a little bit of rest today. And then of course we've got the holiday, those types of things, but shout out to everybody on the Tiki Taki and on the YouTube and whatnot. So let's go ahead and pay attention to what's happening with alt. So this is what the current cap looks like. I'm not really sure what BNX is, but shout out to them. They are up 21.5%. MOG is up 11.2%, or excuse me, down. HNT Helium up, Dog is down, which makes me sad because I got the airdrop. Now, when we take a look at the weekly PopCat, which is a very popular meme coin, it is up. ZRO is up. Not a meme coin. And then, you know, everything's kind of like subsiding. Now, taking a look at the other charts over here, we talked about getting a close above $60,000, and we were absolutely amazing to do that. It was really, really good that we were able to do that. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. But we did hit a bit of a wall here. We hit a rejection at about $63,000 as we were on our way up. We got that swing wick high yesterday to about $64,000, and we're heading down to about 61.5 here. Okay. So what's going to happen? Well, we want to hope that $60,000 will hold. And the reason why I'm moving the trend line down a little bit is because, or not the trend line, but the, whatchamacallit over there. The support line is because I kind of want to align it with what we're seeing here about the 60, or the reason why I was there was that we got that close at about 61.5, and then also down over here at like $60,000. The swing, these candle closes, and I apologize, you guys, I'm super tired right now. I'm a little bit under the weather. Just another summer cold. But we got those candle. That was the weekly close, all-time high at about $60,000 over here. About $60,000 over here. And with that being said, we could see a drop to about $60,000. I wouldn't be concerned. And we have talked about the scenario of Bitcoin actually breaking through $60,000 and dropping to the $50,000 area. I would still be bullish. But again, that is something that can happen. And with this price action, the market sentiment is absolutely disgusting. People all over the internet are so mad about the very things that they want to happen, but they're mad about it. I should probably start sharing emails. But I won't do that because whatever. People are absolutely wild today. But anyways, with that being said, be careful, be cautious. We could see some more downside. We could sustain and go sideways, and we could break out and go straight to the moon. I personally do not think that we are definitely in a bull market, but I don't think we're going to see the crazy euphoria that we have seen last cycles until Bitcoin starts trading at like $100,000. And there's also another piece of alpha. I was going to post this on Twitter, but I figured I'd give it to you guys. I think it's just really bit interesting. I actually read all of my mentions on TikTok, on YouTube, and not so much Twitter because there's so many bots there, but on Instagram. So I really am paying attention to where retail is and what it is you guys are interested in. And I know we've got a lot of celebrity tokens over on Twitter. Cool, happy for them, whatever. We've talked about the risks associated with that. I personally don't care what they decide to do. We're operating in a true decentralized economy, and people are mad about the celebrities launching tokens, but at the same time, they're not mad about people that do terrible things in the crypto industry. So at the end of the day, that's where I kind of stand. I don't care what people do. They can do what they want to do. We can talk about the risks. You know, if I do decide to invest, I can disclose that to you, all of that stuff. But there's a lot of risk associated. And I do think there will be a couple celebrities that do prevail. We've talked about Iggy and what she's doing. Very, very interesting stuff over there. Most recently, Jason Derulo came back into the scene, and people are mad about it because he had like some bad history in the past, and then he came back and people are mad about it too. But one thing I will say, and again, it's not an endorsement in any other stuff. One thing I will say is that I scoured through TikTok yesterday because I was just kind of trying to see something. I looked for most of the celebrities that have launched coins, and I haven't seen any of them mentioned on TikTok. I did see one celebrity that made a TikTok about it, and it was actually like a cute little like ad that they did. It wasn't predatory. It wasn't harmful. It wasn't like we're pumping this to the moon, anything like that. It was actually in good taste. And with that being said, cool. So fingers crossed, hope that, you know, it ends up doing well. But at the same time, like where we're at in the current market right now, everybody is so excited about meme coins. All the projects with actual utility, people are pissed off about because numbers not going up. And if people want number to go up with the valid project or with the good projects with utility, then they have to start, you know, putting liquidity there. That's kind of how this works. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. So that being said, the retail is not here. Those of you that are watching over on TikTok, over on YouTube, etc., you guys have been here, and you guys are going to be doing okay. You know exactly what to do. You got to go ahead and, you know, use that risk management, etc. But let's go ahead and get back into the real story over here. The real story over here. Why? Because we got to do this. I know we're a bit early today. I told you I was under the weather. I hope Cardano goes to $8 because I have some. It's trading at about 41 cents today. We'll get into that news. But one thing that's very interesting to me is that, like, I think that these are great buying opportunities if you do have conviction in it. And actually for Cardano, which again, you guys, I am invested in, it did print a green dot, and it does look like it's ready to essentially kind of like head on up, which is fantastic. So hopefully that happens. But again, a lot of these coins, so they're a lot older coins. They've been around the block a couple times, and with that being said, we're not seeing a lot of the all-time highs that we saw before. And I still think that we're early in this bull market. We're either super early in this bull market, a lot of these coins are going to die. I've got no idea. But this is the Cardano story that I wanted to share with you. I thought it was super cool and absolutely interesting. So Cardano updates MiCA compliance indicators 6 months ahead of the curve. So the Cardano Foundation and CCRI released MiCA compliance sustainability indicators in an effort to position Cardano ahead of the regulatory curve with a focus on energy efficiency and transparency. transparency. And honestly, I think that that's super cool. And different coins, they do have foundations and they do different things like this. And again, I think it's really awesome that their foundation, their people reached out to regulators like, hey, what can we do? What can we do to comply? What can we do to help you create laws that don't destroy our growth as far as technology goes, but are also keeping retail investors safe? And that's the way that I'm reading this story. And I think it's absolutely awesome to see those types of things. Why? Well, because in the United States of America, we've had similar situations where we've had our people go out there and say, hey, can we register with you? Can we do this? Can we do that? All these different things. And what happened? Nothing at all. So that's where it gets a little bit frustrating. So again, I know regulation isn't perfect. Public servants aren't perfect. Mike is not going to be perfect, but I do really appreciate Cardano going there and saying, hey, what can we do? I think it's a really important story. So I'll go ahead and read a little bit more over here. So the report highlights that Cardano operates on a more energy efficient consensus protocol compared to traditional POW systems, which yes, they do. Cardano is proof of stake as far as I know, because they've got all these different proofs of everything all the time. And now with that being said, proof of work is a lot more secure than proof of stake, but at the same time, people do like proof of stake because it can be better on the environment. That's what people say. Again, I'm not a tech person, but at the end of the day, people can do what they want to do. I think it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. The move aligns with MiCA regulation, which mandate that crypto asset issuers and service providers disclose their sustainability indicators. I think the whole climate thing is a little bit ridiculous, to be honest with you, but at the same time, you can't fight them all. So Cardano's reporting meets the forthcoming regulatory requirements, and by December 2024, new regulations will impact crypto asset service providers by including those ecosystems like Cardano. So again, basically this part of the regulation they're talking about, they're like, hey, we are safe with the environment. Oh, somebody says, Wendy, how do you feel being listed on the KOL list with all the other grifters? I'll tell you how I feel. And if you watch my show, you would know that for that particular campaign, we donated 100% of it to the self-care lab. We donated 100% of it to self-care lab. And we didn't make anywhere near what the others did. But of course, they're not going to disclose that. And of course, they're not going to disclose that they were paid. And of course, they're not going to put the disclaimers on. So if you guys actually watch my content and you saw and you heard what we did, you know, that type of stuff. So if you would like to donate to the self-care lab out of Pomona, California. Well, now they're in Montclair. And if those of you who have kind of been following the journey, you can go ahead and do so. It's on the website. It's on my website. So you can go ahead and donate there, or you can go ahead and donate to the House of Ruth, which is a DVSA shelter that is out of Los Angeles, California. So if you'd like to do that, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, I will gladly take money from projects if they would love to support the channel. So any project that's watching right now, if you'd like to support the channel, I'm happy to give you a shout out, happy to do all those things. And we can set up a campaign to where we can go ahead and donate to different nonprofits. And I like to donate to local nonprofits, to community centers, money where I know exactly where the money is going. So if you would like to be a part of that, that would be amazing. Or if you just want to sit here and out the side of your neck, that's fine too. So you can go ahead and donate. Because if you go to my website, we've got a little like a blog page, or they're at the bottom over there. So that would be fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. No, if you go look at the videos, that were there, it's there. It's all there. It's all timestamped. It's all dated. There's no exposing for anything. That's what was said. And there's multiple live streams on TikTok and on YouTube that have that. The videos are all there. So you can go back and you can go do your due diligence on that. And then you can see that. You can 100% do that. So I'm not really sure what the problem is. Like, if you guys actually did your due diligence instead of reading things on the internet with half truths, you would probably make a lot more money. That's probably what would happen. Because it's been talked about. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep it going over here because we got a lot of other stuff to cover. So happy to be here, happy to stream. And I don't have I don't have the link. I should have the link. I should put the link up, but you know, You wouldn't be so defensive if you didn't do anything. No, I'm just really tired. I'm not feeling well. And you're actually attacking me instead of doing your own due diligence, what actually makes you look very not intelligent. And it's very sad. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and block you because if you want to come at me, make sure you do your due diligence. So if you want to get mad at me for using my platform as a vessel to help a community center, happy to do it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and block you and you can have a great rest of your day. All right, where is it? There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to it. Yeah, ticky-tacky, it's just a hot mess. But you know that this is the thing. So when you take a look at, well, actually, I don't even know what platforms anymore have the most educated investors on. What is going on with FET? I don't know. I don't have a story with FET today. Is it pumping or is it dumping? Let's see. What's going? Was there news with FET? Did they ever merging over? Was it FET? I know FET's an AI project, but weren't they supposed to like merge over with a couple other projects? Was that what it was supposed to be? Because this is the FET chart over here. This is the FET chart over here. This is the FET chart over here. This is the weekly. So the daily, let's go ahead and see. These are old, you guys. So let's remove those. So I don't know. This is FET. FET had a really, really nice run up, but that was, oh, it's going to be ASI. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Yes. FET, Ocean, and AGIX. I think it's awesome because AGIX has a really great reputation and they're doing some really cool stuff. So I think it's awesome. So thank you for educating me on that. And it's going to happen on the 15th of July. So that being said, FET had a really big run up because of the whole AI narrative, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. And then it had a drop. But again, when we do take a look at Bitcoin, and we kind of see what's happening with Bitcoin, we've got that really nice range that we've been seeing. So right now, a lot of projects, they're kind of just going sideways. The ones that are essentially outliers are going to be some of the meme coins or the celeb coins or those that are low caps, getting a big boost of liquidity, etc. So that's what's going on with that. But I do want to talk about what Bitcoin Magazine said over here, because it says new Bitcoin ETF saw 130 million in inflows yesterday, the largest in 3 weeks. The largest in 3 weeks, which is pretty cool. So it means that people are buying. Inflows mean people are buying. But when we talk about people buying, this, to me, this is not really retail that's buying. It's like the institutions that are buying. And somebody says, what do I have to say about the Solana ETF? I like the Solana ETF. I think that it's awesome. I don't think it will get approved for staking, and I don't think staking was listed there. And the only thing that I think that might not get it approved right away is that with Bitcoin and Ethereum, they did have to apply for futures ETFs. That was kind of the tread first. Oh my goodness. The cuckoo people over here. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But anyways, but yeah, I do hope it gets approved. And again, in the beginning of the stream, we kind of talked about me dollar cost averaging more into Solana. I do have a moon bag of it. It's something that we kind of talked about. So let's go ahead and get into the next part of the stream over here. Circle. So Circle earns license to issue USDC and EURC under Europe's MiCA regulatory framework. So again, we're talking some more MiCA stuff over here. And MiCA is going to be the law outside of US in Europe, not in the United States of America. But at the same time, Hester Peirce did mention the sandbox regulation, which was like different parts of Europe and America kind of coming together to allow companies to build and create and do different things. You guys keep asking me about Aura. I don't have it. I don't have it. So Circle is the first global stablecoin issuer to become compliant with MiCA effectively July 1st. The firm's CEO said Monday, Circle will be able to issue stablecoins, USDC and EURC under Europe's stringent crypto regulatory framework. So my personal take on this, just by kind of just skimming the top and not reading all the different documents, is that USDC is going to be the stable coin of the world. Maybe not in China, but maybe in certain countries. And when we talk about that, this is something that I've said a while on the channels. I think that USDC will be the CBDC of the United States of America, and primarily because it's already built out, it already kind of functions, it already has a lot of other people affiliated with it, big people, etc. So I feel like it would be a lot easier for the USA to just essentially integrate that as their CBDC instead of starting their own. But at the same time, At the same time, not 100% sure. Somebody says how much money invested is a typical moon bag. That really depends on you. I don't know what your personal investments are. I don't know what your risk tolerance is. So basically a moon bag is anything that you take your disposable income, you dump it in, you remove initial investment, some profit, and enough to pay taxes. And whatever you have left over, even if it's one coin or even if it's 0.0001 Bitcoin, that would constitute as a moon bag. That is a trading strategy I like to use, especially when we're talking about meme coins, but you guys do what works for you. Now, the SEC sues Silvergate over misleading statements that following FTX collapse. Shuttered crypto-friendly bank Silvergate and 3 former executives have been charged with securities violations by the SEC. And this is an interesting case because did they know? Did they know? Or did they not know? Things get a little bit murky over here. So apparently, they're getting sued for misleading the public and failing to monitor a $1 trillion in transactions, which that's kind of a lot of money over here. And it included a $9 billion transaction from FTX. The staff identified 300 plus suspicious transactions linked to FTX after the collapse. Well, they linked it after the collapse, not during the collapse. Silvergate misrepresented its compliance programs and attempted to cover up FTX misuse of accounts. Defendants Silvergate Capital former CEO, COO, and CFO, and they agreed to a $50 million penalty. Lane and Farrar paid fines of $1 million and $250,000. Martino did not settle and is accused of fraud. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. This is very interesting here. I didn't read through the court documents because I don't got time for that. I would like to go to law school. I thought it would be fun. Any thoughts on Ondo? I don't own Ondo. I know that it is a BlackRock product, and I think that it will continue to do immensely well over here. All right, let's keep it going. I know you guys, views are a little bit down today. Because we're streaming a little bit early. Who wants to hold trash Cardano? I don't know. I like it. I'm holding it. You guys get a little bit cuckoo. Shout out to John and to Mike, out to Alexandra and to Queen and to Gamer and to Mr. R and to Mr. Mo, to all of the awesome people here. All right, let's get back into it though. I want to kind of cover some of the things that are being said here. So if the folks over at Silvergate, if they knew, that sucks. They did agree to pay a $50 million penalty, which kind of seems a little bit low. But hey, that's the banking industry and that's what they do. Lane and Farrar, they paid $1 million in fines paid fines of $1 million and $250,000. So I don't know how that was split up. But it looks like they got held accountable to an extent. I'm sure that they will just get sent over to another bank to work because that's kind of how it works. All right, let's get into the next story. And I cannot wait for my nap today. So this is interesting. U.S. Marshal Service choose Coinbase to safeguard and to trade large cap digital asset portfolio. Oh, somebody says thoughts on Bluey and PP. Those are doing well. They were doing well. I don't know if they are still doing well. I think we covered one of those on the stream, and I was like, make sure you guys take profits. Make sure you always take profits. Yeah. All right. But this is an interesting story. And the reason why it's interesting is because the U.S. Marshal Service chooses Coinbase to safeguard trade its large cap digital asset portfolios. And the reason why this is interesting because the SEC is going after Coinbase, but then they want to use their services, which is absolutely freaking crazy. Like literally crazy. Where's my little notes over here? I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah. So Coinbase Prime has 32.52 million contract to manage and dispose of the U.S. Marshal Service, which is a large cap crypto assets, and it is an agency within the DOJ. So it's USMS, and they're responsible for asset forfeiture. So anything that was taken from Silk Road. Today, Coinbase works with every major U.S. federal, state, and local law enforcement agency, as well as international agencies on every continent. And the government is using Coinbase as a custodian, and the government is also suing them for being a custodian. Wow. Pretty interesting stuff, if you ask me. I don't understand how you can use somebody's service, but then sue them at the same time. it makes no sense. But again, the reason why we continue to talk and bring awareness to these things is because I think it's all matters and it's all extremely important. It really, really is. Because it just kind of shows the hypocrisy. But again, hypocrisy is everywhere in this world. It's everywhere in this world. All right. This is going to be on the whole entire Coinbase thing. So let's go ahead and read this. I think this is in this story over here. Yeah, this is basically the Coinbase lawsuit update. So in April, Coinbase asked Judge Fall to pause legal proceedings to allow interlocutory appeal to resolve what described as substantial grounds. In its reasoning, Coinbase cited Judge Tor's opinion from the Ripple case that XRP, when traded the secondary market, did not satisfy the Howey test. In the response, Coinbase requested the SEC that no court has followed Ripple when it comes to applying the Howey test to the secondary market. So this is going to be a big battle between cryptos on the secondary market and sales and all of those different things. And I just hope Coinbase wins. And then as far as more news goes, Binance US says it looks forward to its ongoing fight with the SEC. So Binance US is preparing to defend itself against the SEC following the court decision allowing most of the case to proceed. They are confident in its legal position with compliance with US laws, and they criticize the SEC's approach by regulation by enforcement, which I agree with them here. And there's two other things that I do want to touch on. So make sure you guys stick around because I think that these are very, very important. Regulation stuff, boring stuff, but it is important. So new today, the SEC adopted a rule that would allow issuers of certain type of investment products to register via a form tailored specifically to that product. In other words, a variance of the S1 registration form. Why this is significant. And the reason why this is significant is because the form to fill out to apply for the ETFs is the S1. So it looks like that they want to modify that. And honestly, there's always this big debate, like what crypto is a scam, what crypto is legit, how do we protect retail investors? So if you think about it, if they really want to protect us, they would just allow all of these cryptos to come in and register as ETFs, even though that's the complete opposite of what the ethos of crypto is. But you would think that they would want to go down that route. So maybe that's going to be the route that we're seeing occur in the United States of America. I don't know. I think it's scary to me. I personally want to be able to custody my own crypto. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What are your guys' thoughts? I'm not going to cover that one. Also to you guys, just so you know over here. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm not going to cover that. Anyways, I'm going to get going for the day. I want to take a rest. Cold storage. Cold storage is good. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys are shilling that coin on TikTok, and I'm going to tell you guys something. That coin, PURPE, which I am not invested in, I am not affiliated with. TikTok was shilling that on the Sunday stream and in my mentions on TikTok before it hit crypto Twitter. And that's crazy to me because most of the stuff goes from crypto Twitter and then it gets to TikTok. I don't even see it on TikTok half the time. So that's just crazy to me. So whoever decided to do marketing for you guys or whatever it is, I'm happy. I hope you guys are all printing money. I hope nobody's getting wrecked. Shout out to everybody who's watching the channel. Make sure to smash the like and share this. But I'm going to get going. And again, you guys, I'm not invested in that and I'm not endorsing that meme coin. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. But anyway, sending everyone love and light. Wendy O is out. Bye-bye.